Hi, I'm Josh Giumelli from Condina Group, and we're back in the workshop for another workshop tip today, thanks to Farming Head Magazine and Heron & Forbes Machinery Warehouse. And today, we're looking at battery clamps. Specifically, what's the best way to put a battery clamp on a battery cable? Now, there are all types of ways of doing this, and I'll show you some of the easiest methods first. These clamp type arrangements. So there's a clamping plate here, you strip the cable, tighten up the clamp over the end, and this other one where you strip the cable, jam it in and tighten up a nut. This one here is not really overly good because you tend to get a bit of corrosion in there between the cable and the clamp, and sometimes they even pull out. This one's probably better, but once again you're relying on, I suppose the grip of the two nuts tightening that plate against the clamp, and it's a little bit bulky and untidy. So we're going to look at a couple of ways of doing this. Now, time's gone by, what tended to happen? You got your battery clamp, you stripped the cable back, you jammed it into a socket, you tinned that and then soldered it on and put a bit of heat shrink on for good measure. Don't tend to do that anymore because there's an easier way to do it, and I'll show you how right now. Now that is using this battery clamp crimping kit. Now more specifically, you use this to crimp a lug onto the end of the cable, and then you bolt that lug onto a battery clamp. Now these are the kind of lugs I'm talking about. They're just a socket that you put over the stripped end of the cable, and then you use this to hydraulically crimp that lug down onto the cable. So I'll do one just to show you how it's done. You get the specific size first that's meant for your cable. So we've got 25mm square cable there, and that's a 25mm square socket on our lug nut. Make sure that that hole there is large enough to go over the battery clamp that you intend to use. So you can see that one will fit over our clamp. And start by working out how much length you need to strip. So it's all pretty easy. We're just going to lightly cut insulation off with a sharp knife. Don't want to cut too viciously, otherwise you might take some of the copper with you. And if you reduce that diameter down too much, then it may not actually grip too well. So there we go, end stripped off. 25mm square lug nut. There we go, so it's pretty loose fit. We'll get our crimping tool. Now you see there's a range of crimping dies here, and it's written on them the various sizes. That's 50mm square cable. The one we want, of course, is 25. So make sure you put the right ones in. Slide the keeper out, drop them in, like so. Put the keeper back. Pretty easy. Spread those apart. Place the cable and the lug through so that it's nice and tight against that shoulder. Make sure the hydraulic tap is turned off so that the unit pumps, and then all we're going to do is start to jack up the pressure. Make sure everything is sitting there nicely. You probably need to lean it down against the workbench to do this because sometimes it can take a fair bit of force. And we pump until those jaws come together. See the gap in them? And there we go. Let the pressure off. Lift that up. Pull that out. And the job's good. Now it's simply a case. Chuck the lug over the battery clamp and tighten up the wing nut. These are stainless steel too, so no issue with corrosion there. Of course, you probably tighten that with a spanner. Anyway, job's done. And if you want to do it slightly neater, you can always go with a bit of heat shrink over the end like that, and that just neatens the job up, especially good if it's a positive cable. Thanks for watching.